On today's episode, we're joined by hands-on sexual educator Samia, founder of Sexual Essentials. Today, you can expect to hear
how your introduction to masturbation shapes your sexual experiences in adulthood,
how to talk to your partner about incorporating sex toys in play,
whether or not sex toys desensitize you,
Erica converting from bi fun into full-on bi.
Shut the fuck up. How to fix broken pussy after pregnancy,
mutual masturbation, and a double horror story y'all do not want to miss.
Enjoy. Welcome back to Good Moms, Bad Choices. I'm Erica.
And I'm Milah.
And it's Wednesday.
Hey, happy hump day.
I want to hump tonight. I'm trying to hump tonight. Where's my humping partner?
I have no humping partners.
The fuck are you?
There's no humping partners in a 50-mile radius, and it's some bullshit.
I mean, if you go on Tinder, they're on the radiuses.
My Tinder's not humping.
Oh, speaking of Tinder, I'm on Tinder right now, and I'm just on with girls.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna be a lesbian.
I don't know. I'm not feeling very lesbian lately.
You always say that until the pretty bitch rolls up.
And I'm like, huh. This is true. I haven't seen any pretty bitches on Tinder, and I just feel so disappointed in my lack of hoe list. Like I just feel like I'm too mature now, because now there was a time where I could just like, you're cute, let's have sex, and now I'm like, I don't want to talk to you, cuddle me. I don't want to cuddle you, so it's just like, never mind.
No, it's good. I'm glad. This is growth. I'm the same way. I'm just exploring my womanness, my inner, because Jamila calls me bi fun, but I think I'm like transitioning out of bi fun into like just bi. So I don't know. I'll give you an update in like 2 months and let you know. But either way,
please update us on your journey, your transition from bi fun to just regular bi. I'm also like lazy. I'm too lazy to like. I was Erica. I was driving past the airport for anal. It's just too far.
Jamila, I was fucking dying. She's like, I've been driving past LAX for anal. It's A1 anal. I'm like, specifically anal? Like, there's a nigga past LAX that's giving you A1 anal. And she was like, yep. I was like, bitch, I hope your miles aren't. Is he paying your car insurance? Because
at one point I was like feeling really sexy, and I like had these crotchless rhinestone pantyhose, and I sent him a picture like, should I wear these? He was like, yeah. So at like 4:00. So if you're from LA, nobody's driving on the 405 at 4. Me, I drove on the 405 past the airport at 4 in crotchless rhinestone pantyhose and a trench coat to be sexy and to get anal. And at that point I was like, wow, this is outrageous. So yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling that eager anymore, but I'm just taking this time to I'm going to take our guest's masturbation class and work on my masturbation.
Well, before we get into masturbation, anal, and everything above, I would love to start our episode by... Oh, my God.
Okay, let's... It's a new...
Everyone's calling. Everyone's calling.
You know why? Because we said we don't have any dick. And they're like, what? What was that? Like, actually, you do. That's what happens. As soon as you don't want no niggas to bother you, here they come. They hear the radar. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, let's get into our cards.
Okay, here we go. Like that? Like that sound?
Love it.
All right. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. So in this image, there is a woman here. I'm going to show it on the video, because if you're on Patreon, you can watch this video. All of our patrons get to watch us weekly. But it looks like a woman, right? A woman.
That looks like a man.
Or a young man with long hair.
They're old-timey.
Holding a sword up into the sky. There's clouds, and he's on a little, I don't know, but can I see it so I can describe it?
Sorry.
He's on like a little, like a mound of greenery.
Let me tell you what it is.
Okay, tell me.
The Page of Swords shows a young man standing with his sword pointing upwards to pointing upwards to the sky. His body and the sword lean in one direction, but he looks the other way as if to see what else is happening around him. A breeze blows through the young man's hair, and the clouds behind him appear to dash through the sky, bringing dynamic energy to the card. The ground on which the page stands is green and fertile, suggesting that the page's ideas are likely to bring positive change and forward movement. We pulled this card upright, and the meaning of this card is... By the way, we're getting these answers from Biddy Tarot. We didn't just wake up one morning and know tarot. We're still working on it. We like tarot. We don't know it. We Googled the shit. BiddyTarot.com. No one gonna sue us. Okay. The Page of Swords is full of energy, passion, and enthusiasm. When this card shows up in a tarot reading, you are bursting with new ideas and plans for the future. That is us. Mm-hmm. You may be excited about starting a new project, pursuing a new approach, or learning something new. You have so much energy that you feel as though you could do almost anything, and you can. The challenge, however, is whether you can keep it up. Yeah, we can. Mm-hmm. As with all pages, the beginning always looks promising, but you need something else to follow through and keep up the pace. The Page of Swords often emerges when you are exploring a new way of thinking, a new idea, a new perspective, new knowledge, or a new technique. You have a curious mind and a thirst for knowledge. As you explore this fresh way of thinking, you are asking lots of questions and gathering as much information as possible. You are also very much in the exploratory phase and not mastery. You may be prone to making mistakes along the way, but your curiosity means that you are eager to learn from your slip-ups.
I like that.
I like that too.
I like that.
Water me. I'm here to grow.
Water
and
me.
learn.
I'm capable. I will not. I'm relentless. I will not give up.
And today's affirmation is, you are more than motherfucking enough.
You are more than motherfucking enough.
If you're questioning it, here is your sign. If you were suffering from imposter syndrome, here is your motherfucking sign. You is the shit.
Say it loud, say it proud.
Say it loud, say it proud. I'm the motherfucking shit.
Well, on that note, I would love to introduce Samia, the owner of Sexual Essentials and hands-on sexual educator. Welcome to the show, Samia.
Hey, you guys.
Hi.
I'm so happy to have you, girl. How you doing?
I am doing good. I'm having a good day. A busy day, but a good day. I started my new year this week.
Where are you at? Where are you at in the USA?
I am in Florida. In
Florida.
Tallahassee.
Nice. Are you from there?
Absolutely not. I'm from St. Louis, so yeah.
You said St. Louis?
Yup.
Okay. What? How'd you get? Okay, I'm all in your business.
Girl, FAMU.
Oh,
FAMU.
we went to FAMU. I went to Clark.
Goddamn you. Okay, yes. All that.
Tell us about your business. How did you get into Sexual Essentials? How did you become a hands-on
Sexual educator.
So, I probably should have thought about that before I was like, hey, let's do this. So after I had my son, I really needed an outlet, and I have always been that friend that you call about sex and will try anything 3 times, that person. And ultimately, I just realized that you could have a baby and not have an orgasm. And I felt like that was a lot to put on yourself without even getting a nut off.
facts?
Amen. God.
True. Like, can you imagine getting the baby but no orgasm? It's true.
Damn. I mean, I can't, but I know that
A
there's
lot of
women out
yeah,
there right now.
Yeah.
Shit.
So I know you guys have probably thousands of listeners that are like, ooh, 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 ooh. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to teach people how to have better sex, make relationships better, right? This is going to be my part to save the rainforest. So first, I started with this blog and stuff like that. But then I was like, wait, I need to tell them about sex toys, because every sex store is just trying to sell you everything that has ever been made, and all of that stuff ain't good. So I was like, okay, I'm going to offer some sex toys. But I was like, well, if I'm trying to teach them how to have better sex, don't I actually have to teach them how to have better sex? They could read Cosmo for some tips and, you know, watch YouTube to learn about a grapefruit. You know, I have to do something different. We got to start with the essentials first before you learn how to, you know, dangle from the ceiling and shit. So, yeah, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to teach people how to suck dick, because I bet relationships would get a little better, you know, and I know women would not be as bitchy if we got some nuts off And I was just like, this just help everybody. Fuck it. I'm gonna teach classes. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna teach a dick sucking class, they're gonna need a dick to practice on.
Oh.
So they come to the classes, I give them a dildo, and they go to work. So yeah, I teach hands-on classes where you legit leave class knowing how to ride, knowing how to suck dick. I teach you how to masturbate. I teach you how to squirt. I teach you how to have threesomes. I teach everything, because who are you going to ask? Ghostbusters is not an answer. So,
okay. So question, I need more clarity on your classes. So when you are doing dick sucking classes, like, are you there side by side, like teaching them, like, yeah, don't do that, too much, relax, but because and also because dick sucking is also such a personal, I mean, I think for a man is a personal experience, and you kind of have to know your partner and what their needs and wants are, and being able to read body language. And how do you leave them, I guess there's probably just essential, like the main things that kind of help guide them.
Are you basically asking her how she does it without an actual man there?
Yeah.
No, she's, because and everybody's different too. I totally get what you're saying. That's a great question. So, I teach you how to actually do it. That means that even if you get a different dick tomorrow, you still know how to do it, because that means I've taught you how to adjust. I've taught you, okay, understand there are two spectrums to everything. Some people may like head really fast, but just because we may practice that, you are a living, breathing individual. Use your senses to watch their body to say, okay, this person may like it slow, or at least try it. I don't enable people to rely on me. I teach you how to become a dick sucker, not just how to do a class that you learned. I teach you how to be, a throw baby.
Throw baby.
Insert that song here. Throw baby.
I'm trying to give them to you. Shout out to Orlando, who put me on that song.
I know, that's on our Spotify playlist right now.
Because of Orlando.
I love that song.
It's definitely lit. But I don't enable people to rely on me. You know how, like, you have that person that you call about everything. You're like, girl, what do I do next? Like, no, I don't do that. I reaffirm everybody and let them know, hey, you took the class. You know how to suck dick. Just calm down, talk. Because I could teach you how to deep throat, and you may get with somebody who's like, I don't like it. I don't like deep throat. Like, it's rare.
I was going to say, I was like, oh, no, that person. I'm like, where you at? Right.
I love to men how to eat pussy. Think about it, though. I teach men how to eat pussy, and there are women that's like, oh, I don't care for head. And so it's always somebody out there that won't like what we consider a quote-unquote norm.
Do you think that women who don't like head are just insecure about their vagina? I'm not shaming, because there's people on here that truly are confident in their pussies and like whatever. I'm just curious, because it's such a pleasurable experience for me, at least, that I sometimes wonder, like, what is that about? Because I've met women that say they don't they're not into it.
In my experience, I mean, I'm sure everyone's different, but in my experience, either there's a trauma and there's been abuse, or there's a control factor. Women don't like to feel out of control. They don't want to be like, but those are just my two experiences.
I think that it's a couple of things. Sometimes I think that because we have not really felt our pussy when it first touches it, like when anything touches it, sometimes we don't have patience to see where it's going to go. And so it's, when you get dick, you feel the pleasure instantly as soon as it goes inside of you, right? And then sometimes some women are just frustrated, where it's like you get head from somebody and it feels really great. It feels like you're going to come, and then they stop, or you don't, and then it does is give you an attitude. So it's like, fuck it, just skip it. Give me the dick. I'll pass.
Right.
And then, yes, some people just, and also I just think everybody has not gotten really good head. I did not realize anything in college and under wasn't good head. I didn't realize that until I got good head, and I was like, oh, dang. Okay. So, it's usually one of those. But
I have another question about your teachings. So you said that you also teach people how to like ride dick. So are women in your course like actually masturbating and riding and like like actually performing the act with you? I mean, and I only wonder because I know some people's comfortability ranges from, comfortable to not to totally uncomfortable. And obviously if they're taking your course, they're trying to be open. So I'm just curious, like, what does that look like?
No, that's a great question. So when I go on tour, so before the world closed down and locked us in the house, I used to go on tour and do my classes. And so if you came to class, it was ladies only, doors locked, no cameras, none of that, right? And you would get a dildo so you could practice the oral sex part, and you would partner up and practice the writing part, right? Since COVID, we do everything on Zoom. So for the masturbation class, I actually have vaginal props and things that are like blown up huge that I can hold. And so I can show you exactly where this should be. And I show you exactly how to use toys. And I show you how to have stronger orgasms, how to have longer orgasms, and how to make yourself squirt. So I show you, not by pulling out my pussy, because my pussy on camera is only like this big. I pull out. It's so small on camera.
Can you zoom in, please?
Everyone, gather around.
A little bit more.
So I blow everything up super big. So I have life size stuff. Well, actually, it's way bigger than life size, right? So really big stuff. Show you how to do everything. Like
Where they at? Where they at right now?
Are they nearby? I
want to see one.
Now, don't look at my booty when I get up, but I'm gonna.
We looking at your booty.
We definitely gonna look at your booty now.
now you're gonna look at your booty.
Damn, I didn't see the little pussy or the big booty. Damn it.
Is that what it is? If you get one, you don't get the other? Okay, booty.
Oh, booty outside.
Yes, so this is my pussy that I practice on, and it has a magnet.
It's silky.
It even has a G spot. So I teach all of these things, right?
Did you make this?
Absolutely not, girl.
Oh my God. I was like, wow.
I don't have, that's as far as my art skills go. I have a life-size clit here,
Oh.
and then.
Is that what my clit looks like? Wait.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Your clit is huge. It's
Wait,
huge.
so what's the top? What's that little gold hook at the top?
That's the clit, right?
So this is the part that you see visual, like from the outside of your body. So this part right here, this little tip, is actually this.
That. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
now I see it. I get it.
and so that's why, like, these classes, they get so in depth. Like, I literally make demon dick. I create demon dick in some of my classes.
What's a demon dick? Like the
Ain't
devil
never had
dick?
no demon dick.
Like the dick?
Of course
Yeah,
we got dickmatized by that devil dick.
Yeah, the devil.
I got a
dick.
baby by some devil dick.
And so I teach a class called Foreplay and Vaginal Orgasms for men and women, and it teaches you from start to finish how to, So anyway, this is Stella. It only came in this color, but
Haters.
Stella only came in this color. But yeah, like she has, a vagina and a clit and all of that. So, I got my ring light on, so we can't see as well. But yes,
I'm super excited about this class.
Yeah, I can't wait.
When's the
we
class
have-
again?
it's February 4th. So what's crazy is I just had classes last week, and you know how people go to something, they like, bitch, you got to hear about this. So then my DMs was like, okay, when is class? Valentine's Day coming up. And I said, I told you. So long story short, we added more classes. So I'm doing a masturbation and squirting class. That's the one you guys are going to.
Yes, absolutely. I'll be there.
Yeah, we've been talking. I've been like Jamila's been basically. We did an episode with this podcast called Clit Talk, and they were talking about squirting, and like one of the girls was saying how like she believes that it's the part of the community's job is to like make sure like
To coach your friend through squirting.
your friends can squirt. And Jamila was like, well, Erica, you're gonna teach me how to squirt.
You have yet to coach me through.
I'm sorry. We can do it after this.
She's going to use me to help you as a resource.
Well, so like I've been squirting since I was like 19. Like that's when I unlocked the squirt. But I don't like in my exploration of women and having sex with women, like I always try to like do what I do to myself, and it doesn't work. And I'm like, why can't they squirt? This works for me. Like, what the fuck? Where's the water show?
You do it's like clitoral stimulation or like a.
I can do both. I can squirt from internal sex and clitoral stimulation.
Are we even friends?
Girl, she used these fingers, and y'all know how I feel about that. This 1970s fingers self-sex action, like
No, no,
y'all
no.
see
I know. I have squirted from my fingers, but I'm obviously like it's crazy when it's actual toy. It's like out of control.
y'all look at my fingers. Look how big they are. Like that's cramping, arthritis, and all that. When I try to, I can't. I
Well,
refuse.
I've also because I'm on my journey of exploring women more. I've like really considered like I think I need to like not have nails because but
That's the
but then-
shape. That's the perfect shape for
It
like,
is okay. I
inserting.
need to ask a lesbian like, is this
Mandy
okay?
said this is for booty holes, and I assume that's also for vaginas.
It is. This is okay.
The oval. Yeah, she said this is and I sent her a picture of my nails when she posted it. I said like this. Almond is for holes.
I was just worried because like bacteria can get trapped under nails and like all those things. I was like, I don't know if this is safe. I don't know
That's
how
true.
people.
Or just find a really good cleaning protocol. You know, like a little cleaning protocol for
Get a brush in the shower.
That sounds
You gotta clean those nails, and this is for men too. Please God, if you're listening, men, clean your fucking nails and cut them. I hate a nigga with dirty long nails. It's
yeast
disgusting.
infections.
It grosses me out.
Giving folks yeast infections with your fingers. That's not good.
So in your chorus, I mean, I'm not to give too much away because obviously we want to go. We want everyone to go because I think so many people are interested and want to know how to unlock that part of their their sexual pleasure. But like, is it based in learning how to do it with the actual like the toys, but then also there's like is there like a breakaway moment where you go and you try to like make it happen for yourself like.
Okay, now we're gonna take an intermission. Everybody, go try.
Erica, you're kinky.
Erica wants to go on virtual and masturbate in a room full of people. We can arrange it.
Okay, so speaking of Orlando from Harder Soft and Tahoe actually had me do the class on a volunteer for the.
I saw that. I saw a clip. I was like, oh my God.
And I gave her 3 to 4 orgasms, right? So during my class, I teach everything that I did to her. But no, we don't break away and pop out our pussies and hold them together or anything. We just do. I teach, and then I tell y'all to go charge up y'all shit while y'all in this class. And then the next day, my DMs are like, yo.
Was that your first time doing it on demonstrating on a live person?
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you fuck with women?
Yes.
Okay, so like it was the first time as a demonstration, but not your first time around the rodeo show.
No, but it was still the first time that I did that because I have not had that much time, like a long period of time with women. It's been like threesomes or orgies, or it was not one-on-one, very intimate. Like I don't think since I've started Sexual Essentials, So some of the stuff that I use, I didn't even have in my back pocket back in the day, So everything that I've been doing lately has had a guy involved of some sort. And so, that kind of changes things. You want to make sure everybody, gets to have their fun. But this was, even though it was a room full of people, it was me and her. And so this was totally different. I got to actually get my shit off. And because Orlando was really trying me. Milah looked like she was saying a big head.
I know. She definitely was nodding to some other shit.
Okay.
It was not about ego. It was about the actual head.
It was about both. Okay, there's 2 big heads, top and bottom.
Orlando is a sweetheart, though. But no, he was like, well, they say that's what you do, right? You know how to make people squirt. I mean, can you do it? And they was like, can you give her 3 or 4? And I was like, well, if that's what her body wants to do. They was like, nah, we don't want to hear that. We want to see it. This is what we want. And look here, he needed a new chair by the time I was done.
Ooh,
damn!
You hear that, Orlando? Shut the fuck up.
Actually, he's supposed to record an episode in his drawers because we made a bet.
Oh, you hear that? We're holding you to that motherfucking bet, dear.
Yeah.
You need to get back on Tinder like Erica and get your lesbian up. Apparently that's the place
you need to get your practices up. You could start selling sexual essential packages on Tinder. I'm telling you, it'd be a hit. Okay?
I would feel so nervous.
Do you know that after I did that, I got so many DMs, and they were like, okay, how do I volunteer as tribute, or how do
I need to volunteer.
I would have been like, that'll be $1,000.
Okay, I was like, yo, some of y'all don't even want to pay for my little $20 classes, and you talking about me touching your coochie? Like, in a panoramic, in a Panera Bread, in a pandemic, baby? No.
Oh my God. As long as you wear the mask, baby.
Look, I was so honored that I ain't gonna lie to you because if you please a woman, that's really saying a lot.
Especially on camera. How much pressure? One time this girl tried to make me squirt in a jacuzzi with like 5 other people, and literally the next day my vagina hurt so bad. I was like, this was not a good idea, because I just felt like it was too much pressure. I'm like, girl, you gotta stop. It's not gonna happen. Everyone's looking at me.
Right.
Training was into it, and honestly, I brought some of my best stuff. The stuff that really just changes lives. I did. I was very.
Are they tools or actually just like tricks of the trade?
Oh no, they're absolutely tools and tricks. They were both. But also, it's about like reading. I'm really good at reading body language when I'm not drunk.
I'm not drunk.
When I'm not drunk, all that shit goes out the window if I'm fucked up. But when I'm in the zone, I don't know. For a goofball, I have some sensualness to me. You know.
Well, when's your birthday?
April 14th. I'm in Aries. What do you guys? I've been wanting to ask.
Fire.
Our manager's going crazy. Are you an Aries? I didn't even know I liked Aries. I guess I do. I do. I love you guys.
But when it's you all's birthdays, what are your signs?
I'm a Scorpio.
I'm June 22nd. I'm a Cancer. We're both cuspies. I'm a Cancer Gemini, but I'm mostly a Cancer. I don't fuck with Geminis like that. But speaking of changing lives, I know a lot of moms listen to our show, and what we really haven't touched on is sex after pregnancy and after birth. Because, first of all, your body changes tremendously during pregnancy and nobody fucking talks about it. And then you change tremendously and your body changes after you drop the baby and nobody fucking talks about it. And then, like, for me, when I was pregnant, I was under the impression that I was just going to be so fucking horny, but apparently God punished me because I'm so fucking horny naturally. So I wasn't really horny during pregnancy. Like, maybe like 2 times I initiated sex. I was also very yeasty, because if you don't know, like, sometimes you get super fucking yeasty when you're pregnant, which is the devil. But anyway, just like, what are your perspectives on just hormones and getting back into yourself and getting back into sex after having a baby?
My pussy was broke after I had my child. That bitch was dry. It was baby powder pussy. It was like
Wait, what's that song that you
broken pussy?
I definitely had that. It wasn't talking back. We had to apply lube multiple times in a very short period of time. I had wine. I even tried the wine thing.
Wine.
You know, when we drink, it worked to get pregnant, right? Drink.
Oh, right. Like trying to get drunk.
I was like, we put wine on your pussy?
Pussy? I mean, that sounds like it burns. White or red?
If you listen, please don't.
You're very good.
Red wine or white wine, girl? Tell me. Okay. No, so I didn't have a sex drive. I wanted to have sex because I just wanted my pussy back. I wanted what was mine, right? And then, yeah, it was just dry. Even when I finally did catch a nut, the first one took forever. The first nut after I had the baby took forever. And it was weak as fuck. Like, that's not the stuff that they talking about in them R&B songs from the 80s. It was not none of that strong, feet tingling. It was like, meow, meow. It was unnecessary. So I feel like after having a baby, like, especially if you're still in a relationship, a lot of people feel like, oh, the sex goes down after having a baby. But it's because they don't know how to for lack of better words, medicate what's going on. They just think that this is just the new norm and they leave it. And so that's why people, are waiting so long to have kids. They just assume they'll never be able to undo all this. Long story short, because I've talked for forever, is that the masturbation and squirting class that I teach is, truthfully, it's everything that I did to bring my pussy back to life. And I didn't think anybody was going to buy a class called Pussy After Postpartum. Like, I didn't think anybody would buy that. So I was like, everybody is obsessed with squirting. I can legit do all 3. I can fix your pussy after postpartum. I will teach you how to masturbate, and I will teach you how to squirt. And so in this class, a lot of people not only get their first orgasm, just like in their entire life, but they also learn how to bring their pussy back to a higher standard than it was before they even had the baby. So I will teach you how to crack nuts with your pussy. It will be so strong.
Can you give a few tips? Like, can you just give the audience a few tips, just a little teaser, so that so they can understand?
For sure. So I'm going to give the simplest teaser of all because it's going to be, it's going to be, it's going to look at yourself and be like, damn, she's right. So breathe. Nobody breathes. Everybody is like, and then they let out this little 2-second nut. My orgasms last easily 30 seconds, right? And people are like, 30 seconds ain't that long. So I think that we should take like 10 seconds right now just to a moment of silence for them basic nuts that people are having.
Okay.
So that was 10 seconds.
That was your basic ass nut.
That's my nut.
You've been nutting basic in these streets, driving across the airport for a basic ass anal nuts.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay, anal feels so good though if you find somebody you can actually do it with.
I told you would drive past the airport too. I haven't done a lot of anal in my life.
Come try
I know,
it
that's
out.
why I was shocked that you were driving past the airport.
That's
for
why
it.
I was driving past the airport.
You gotta bring her with you. Like, come on, Erica, let's test. We're gonna have you test it out. I'm gonna show you.
Just
Why.
not this anal. Can you imagine if you test out this
Like,
anal?
I'll be there.
So, long story short, your blood, an orgasm, an erection, arousal, all that is just blood going to your genitals, right? But your blood needs oxygen. If you hold your breath because you're scared that if the air condition come on or if he change up his tongue or slow down or if you don't hurry up, that you're going to lose your nut, a lot of us start, doing all that overthinking, and you stop yourself from nutting because you're trying to come, right? And so you're holding your breath, and so your body is greedy, right? It wants an orgasm, but it also wants to breathe. So you hold your breath, you come really quick, and then you start afterwards. And so your body has not even finished. You cut your nut short. You cut your nut short by holding your breath. And so a lot of people are going to listen to this and say, okay, I feel like I'm about to come, then I'm going to make sure I take deep breaths. No, you have to do it from the jump.
Oh, because I did try that once too.
Yes, from the beginning. If you try to remember when you're about to come, you're crazy. It's not possible. Start from the beginning. So if you take 3 deep breaths in, 3 or 4 deep breaths in, I like those the most, the breathe in ones, because it feels like you're propelling towards your orgasm super fast. But when you breathe out, it's scary because it feels like you're about to lose your nut. But you're not. It's like when you breathe in, you take 3 steps forward, but when you breathe out, you take 1 step back. But it's okay because you still were 2 steps forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes actually totally.
You're dragging the 10 to
it
the
makes
30.
Total sense actually, because I think lately I've been masturbating since I was a teenager, and then being able to like squirt when I was 18 or 19. And I don't know, I felt like, okay, I got the hang of it, right? But then in my 30s or late 20s, 30s, I really started being cognizant of like how much I hold my breath when I orgasm and when I come, and that like I will hold my breath for like the orgasm is building for at least a minute. I'm holding my breath for almost a minute. It's crazy. Like, and then I like at the end, it's like, and, and so I have
power. That should have been your pussy going like that.
And
so
that should have been. Right. And so I have been really over the last, I guess like maybe 2 or 3 years, been trying to like, instead of being so much more conscious about, because it's almost like instinctually that's what you want to do. That's what your body wants to do, is hold your breath. It's harder to like remember to breathe and like let your body experience the pleasure. You're supposed to breathe through the pleasure. Why do you not want to breathe through it? Why would you want to like
tense up,
like relax and let it flow,
expand every present moment.
I feel like I really explored that a lot in my last relationship, because I had so many orgasms in that relationship that I was like, let me try and explore this with a partner and like us breathe together and do it. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And I'm still need more work at it, because I still hold my breath. I still catch myself holding my breath. Sometimes I have to say, like, sometimes it feels good to hold your breath. I don't know.
It's like it's we know that it'll work if we hold our breath. And I think that sometimes it's the unfamiliar that's on the other side of breathing because it's taking longer. And I think women have had blue pussy for so long, you know, like blue balls, for so long of us feeling aroused and not getting off that we're like, yo, if I feel this nut, I'm going after it now. We really don't trust our own bodies because a lot of us stumbled upon how to make ourselves orgasm. We don't know how to make ourselves orgasm. We stumbled upon what works for us. And so in this class, I'm teaching you how to work the pussy, not your pussy. I'm teaching you how to work pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I did see the question about mental versus physical. The mental does matter, but those are two separate things. And most people like can do everything right, but mentally, if you're not there, especially in motherhood, it's not going to be possible. You have to make space for your sexuality. You have to make space for your relationship, and you have to speak up when you need help because your partner is not a mind reader. And so I taught a class on the perfect orgasm, and it has 5 components. That first part, the whole video is about mental and the mental blockages we have because really you're overworked, you're tired, you done been a slave all damn day, and now you done got in bed and you trying to rub my booty. Stop. Like, stop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And, you know, parenthood is really a journey, and trying to find your sexuality on that journey again is one of the most selfish, most pleasing things you could ever do in your life.
I think that something like a rebirth happens when you have a rebirth of your sexuality. I think really happens once you have a child. Like, rarely have I found that anyone after having a baby, their sex life hasn't changed in some way. Like whether what their needs are, what they want, like how their body feels.
But I feel like it's only if you give your body and yourself the opportunity to go there, because it could go terribly.
Well, that's what I mean too. I don't mean positively only. I mean like it can go badly too. Like it either is like going great, or like you're open to exploring more and wanting to figure some shit out, or it's like you go deeper into like this recluse of your sexuality.
Yeah, back in that shell.
Yeah. I remember like being postpartum. I don't know, maybe it's a couple weeks. Maybe it's a couple weeks because I don't think I could have sex yet. And I remember my baby daddy was holding the baby, and he had like nudged like for me to give him a head, and I was just like fucking perplexed. Like it partially like he was holding her, she was asleep, and I was just like, how fucking dare you? What?
You might as well have been on the toilet and be like,
I was just like, there was this time like my boobs are so huge and leaking. I was just like, I'm never gonna feel sexual again. I'm a motherfucking cow. Mm-hmm. I'm literally feeding someone all fucking day. You want me to do something for you? At that moment, I felt like a machine. I was like, this is what womanhood is? Like having a baby and a nigga is giving everything inside of you away, including this milk that all this milk in my titties. Now you're asking me for some head? I was like, hell no. I was pissed. I am a sexual person. Mm-hmm. And I really remember that. I could never forget it, that moment thinking, this is not life. This is the most terrible decisions. This is not me. Who am I? Like feeling like not only like I feel like it's also like feeling you have to be a certain type of like wife and a mother, and like the freakiness goes out the window. But it was just like I just didn't understand. And then, you know, another thing you said, it made me think, Erica. You're like, I've been masturbating since I was in teenager. So you've been like, and obviously you have a much more comfortable, healthy relationship with masturbation than I do. Because I was thinking, oh my God, you're right, Samia. Like I do prefer to masturbate in the way I did when I was like a little girl, like hump stuff. I will come easy humping stuff. I can hump a pillow. I can just hump stuff. I've had a guy turn over on his butt, and I'm like, I'll hump your butt. I'm like, still, don't move. I'm gonna come. Oh, so I really do masturbate very much like I did as a child, and I realized that I think another kid showed me like humping each other. I was humping other girls and like doing weird shit very young, and I think maybe I was touched, but definitely someone else was touched in the circle of kids we were in, because I was humping other people, and at a very young age. And now as an adult, I can reflect and understand that there were some unhealthy things introduced.
In movies, girl. Could you like we used to watch Love and Basketball when we were what? How old?
Right, right. And you feel this little feeling, and then you're familiar with this feeling. And like nobody talks about that enough. But I feel like because my quote unquote masturbation started with like pillows, I'll do that, but also with other people prematurely. Even I realized when she said that at this very moment, I've spent a lot of my adulthood masturbating with people.
Yeah.
Not giving and like not giving a fuck, like not giving a fuck who it is, but really I don't really have to love you.
But honestly though, like masturbation will save you like
That.
not fucking people, because if sometimes like I'll feel the urge to have sex, and I'll be like, you know what? Let me just masturbate. And then I masturbate and I'm like, I'm good. I don't even really not that person that I was gonna fuck because I didn't have to give my energy. I didn't have to you didn't have to come over here. I didn't have to figure out how the fuck you're gonna get out. Like,
Well, I'm realizing that in this conversation that like because I was introduced to masturbation so early, or the feeling, or this sexual like the feeling of even what that feels like with other people, I've spent my entire life mimicking that behavior without questioning it, and just like, man, I don't really, And I think, wow, we do have to really, as adults, a part of like, when we're growing and examining ourselves and examining our childhood and examining our trauma and how it comes out in our relationships and our friendships and all these other things, like even shit like that, it's just like you have to even examine that. Do I have a healthy relationship with masturbation and with pleasure and with myself? And that reflects a lot in how we get in relationships with niggas we don't need to get in relationships with, because we confuse this good feeling with a good relationship, and it ain't.
right.
I
Amen.
totally feel what you're saying, Erica, on the after you masturbate, you're like, I don't need to fuck you. Do you know how much pussy men get because women are horny? Not because they actually earned it, deserve it, or
Horny, but they're horny. There's a difference between horny and wanting to fuck someone.
like sometimes you want a person. Sometimes you just want a person. And honestly, I feel like women go back to people that don't even give them orgasms, or go back to people who just not even a good fuck in all actuality, but in the moment.
every day, all the time,
Moment
constantly.
is what you need. But I took something from what Milah said, which is she basically was talking about mutual masturbation, being able to do it with a partner. And I feel like she's going to flourish in this class because
I'm so excited for my friend.
Me too.
I can't wait. Because she's already mastered the part that people that have been married for years cannot master, which is joining your masturbation with your partner. And I think that if we could all be honest for a second in your relationship and say, hey, okay, let's play this out. Say a lady, say you, Erica, are talking to your man and you're like, hey, you making the moves for sex to happen. If he could actually say to you, I'm not going to lie to you, you sexy as fuck. I would love to, but I am not in the mood. But take off your panties, take off your clothes. I'm about to still pleasure you by masturbating on you instead of giving you some basic dick. I feel like the world would be a better place. I feel like the world would be a better place if we didn't do things we actually didn't have the energy to do, so we could have thorough sex every time. Stop acting like you have to be able to do it all. Like, there are toys out there to help you when you don't feel like it, when you are tired, when your body is aching because you didn't turn 35. Shit just be popping up the older we get. But whatever it is, like if we could use masturbation and use toys when we fall a little short, I think relationships would be better. So Milah already having a healthy relationship with mutual masturbation you've already got the hard part out the way. People that have been together for years cannot fathom laying down and masturbating even in front of someone. They feel like they're in that jacuzzi with 5 other people, and it's the person that they're with for the rest of their life.
Oh man,
they can't do it. They can't do it.
I think so many people feel that way.
Here's one more. You want to know another reason they can't do it? Because they've been faking nuts, and as soon as they catch that nut, whoever they're fucking is going to know.
Oh no!
How many times does that happen? Like,
oh shit, that's deep. That's so deep. Fuck.
And thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Let's wrap it up.
Damn.
But seriously, they don't want to masturbate in front of somebody else because it's going to be very clear when they see everything that your body lets go when you do it by yourself, and then when they realize what y'all have been doing together. And I feel like we need to get to a point where in a relationship, and whoever you're fucking, if you're giving somebody head or you're having sex and she doesn't come, it should be natural reaction for you to pull a toy out of the drawer, or should already be sitting out. And so you've already warmed it up. You've already set the mood for whatever can happen. So she feels like her orgasm matters. You know damn well that you didn't make her come, and you legit got up and got her a rag. For what? Sit your ass back down.
Right. You got the rag for yourself because you're the only one that came.
Right.
Yeah, because what do I need that for? Like, I just really feel like we've gotten to a point where everybody is embarrassed to pull out sex toys. And like, if you didn't make me... He who gives the nut can claim the nut. So if you gave me a nut with a toy, it's your nut. You made me come.
You know what, though? I will say, thinking about, like, how people feel ashamed about pulling out sex toys, like, a lot of that, too, like, I feel, for me, because I am a sex toy user, but really only solo. I've done it with partners, but they've made me feel weird about it because I think sex toys make men feel inadequate or, like, feel like their dick isn't enough. Their dick doesn't vibrate. It's not going to make you come that way. Like, it doesn't. Let's be honest.
So many, I don't think everybody even realizes.
It's a vibrator.
That's a one-of-a-kind situation.
I feel like there are so many different ways for women to come, though. And because men can't, it stops our pleasure. Like, women, you can have a clitoral orgasm and it can feel 4 different ways just from one clitoral orgasm. We can have nipple orgasms, anal orgasms, vaginal orgasms, a vaginal orgasm.
We are an orgasmic being. We are orgasmic.
I feel like men, low-key, are insecure because they feel like, oh, I should be able to give you everything.
Not low-key, high-key.
Okay, high key. You should be able to give me everything. You know, I should be able to give you everything, but if you really want to give me everything, it has to come with just accepting the truth. It is not possible for you to, hell, they don't even be DJing the click correctly when they got their dick in. They be all up here on your belly button because they can't listen. Like, you can't do both all the time. You need to get you a cute little pink glass dildo to fuck her with while you eat her pussy, because you cannot give top-notch dick and top-notch head at the same time. Why you think women want threesomes in their dreams with 2 men? Because they really want to be pleasured correctly in more than one way.
And it requires a number of
more than one way at the same time.
They don't want to give us that. You don't want to use no toys. You just want to give us the same dick that
Bullshit.
you did.
You just want to give you. You want to give us you.
You're intimidated by what I'm able to do. So you know what? We know this as women in our space, but it does matter in making your partner feel good. I will say that they reciprocate the energy you usually give.
How do you can talk to your partner about wanting to introduce toys into your sex life?
So I say just talk about sex, period. If you're not talking about sex at all, it's going to sound crazy when you ask to basically say that you need
want a replacement.
Yeah, the first thing, y'all ain't talking about sex ever, and the first thing you say is like, "Oh, can we add this? Because I ain't never came." Like, the reason that people can't talk about sex is because they've never been honest. So they really kind of have to go back and fix a lot of shit they haven't said or said. It's not talking about
if you come to the gate talking about sex, asking questions, what's your fantasy? What do you like? This is what I like. Those are things that will be fluid in natural relationship. It is hard if you've gone and never discussed it in depth. You know, asking questions on a regular basis, they're going to be definitely intimidated.
But it's not too late. You can still do that. It's never
too late.
It's not too late.
And I would say this. This is what you have to do. And you have to say the thing that you think you're not supposed to say, right? So, in all honesty, how do you feel? That's what you need to say politely, okay? So, in all honesty, most people are like, hey, I just want you to know I really love you. And I realize that maybe I have not put as much effort into our sex life as I should have. And I know that I need to do better. But I just want to know, would you be interested in like learning more about sex with me? Because I've started following this page and I heard this and I didn't realize some of these things were even possible. I really want to try this, but I don't want you to judge me and I don't want you to think I'm not satisfied with you. I just want to explore as much as I can with you while I can. Can we do that? Like, are you open to that? Would you watch this video with me? I really love the way you give me dick. I heard on this podcast that actually if we add this while you're doing that it would probably even get even bigger. And I I know that nut would get even bigger, and I feel like, you got to sell that shit.
You have to finesse the ego while asking for
So
what
you
you
know what?
want.
You know
It's
what?
the
You
finesse.
though, Samaya, I can tell you're a finessing ass bitch.
I can tell.
And so I
Don't. Can we cut that part out?
Yo, I was like, am I in love?
I'm over here.
I was like, huh?
Yeah, we can, baby.
Yeah.
My dick does get
So
bigger
you're
when
right.
that happens.
Whatever you want.
You're
Well,
right.
let's order it on Amazon.
What did you watch? Send the link.
Oh, let's listen to it together.
Don't let
I remember
nobody out
having
there
these
with.
thoughts. I was like, huh. I was like, okay.
But as I'm listening to her, I'm thinking of all the people that don't have this finesse. I'm like, oh, wait, shit.
We need to write this down.
We need to write it down and rehearse in the mirror.
Rewind, play.
It's not coming from an honest place. You have to be honest with yourself first, and you have to say,
absolutely.
and
That's
you know
the
the
key.
biggest question is,
Huh?
everybody wants to know, how do you tell somebody that you've actually never come, or that you've been faking it? You have to be honest yet again. I didn't lie with anything I said. I didn't lie, but I also did not poke the bear.
You
know
also, the honesty also comes with, I think, admitting to yourself that like it's not you, because I think as women too, we will convince ourselves that like, hey, maybe it's just I'm tripping. Like maybe it's like, you know, you start thinking like maybe my pussy's broken.
Yeah.
Maybe my pussy's broken. And you have to come to the place where you're like, nope, she's not broken, nigga. We're just not communicating. Our dick and pussies are not talking.
I feel like we don't read the instructions on this pussy, because guess what? There are no instructions anywhere. Nobody has given us pussy instructions. They just teach you how to not get an STD and not to get pregnant. And tell you to make sure
And these are complex pussies.
and ask for grandkids. That's all people do. Nobody,
You know what? Right.
there are no instructions. So guess what? Some of it is our fault. The fault is that we don't know how to work our pussy. Is that your fault? No. Yes, the fault is that you don't know how to work your pussy, but that alone is not your fault.
Right,
So
right.
Now that you've heard this, I am charging up everybody to say, you know what? Do I really know? Like, okay, y'all ever had sex and then you think about like loving basketball, or think about them sex scenes you weren't supposed to be watching, and like, is this the type of sex they was having? Because I don't think this was good. I don't think.
I've had that sex though. I've had some loving basketball ass sex for sure.
Absolutely.
But you know the difference.
Yeah, I do know the difference.
Sometimes it takes for you to get that to even realize, oh, I haven't had it. And if some women have only been with people that were not satisfying, and they don't know that this isn't it, how could you even know that anything else exists if you've never experienced it? So whoever is listening today, let's give a hand clap for good moms, bad choices, because they're giving you something right now. They're showing you the light. Do not be one of those people that are like, I don't need that. I don't need this. Okay. That's why I'm bippity boppity hopping around happy as shit. And this is why you're this is just why you're upset. This is what, and I know everybody like says that relationships last longer with better sex, and this. I promise you, if you can be honest about sex, every other conversation will get better. I'm not saying that you can have good sex in a bad relationship. I'm not telling you to do that.
But it runs out. The good sex, you can have great sex in a troubled relationship, but guess what will happen, honey? That sex won't even feel good, because the misery overcomes the pleasure every time. I have been there. I have sat there, and I have like, fuck, this is not even good anymore. Your body will stop responding.
Every time it will stop. But I will say this, the more that you can talk about sexuality, everything else doesn't seem as bad, because I promise you, talking about sex and the taboo this world has put on it to make us feel nasty, nothing else in the world is like that. If you want to learn how to, pay taxes, if you want to learn how to, I don't know, start a business, all of that is hard. But guess what? You could talk about it anywhere. Where are you going to talk about sex where it's not going to be misconstrued as you nasty or you married, you shouldn't be doing it? Hell, we watched what happened when WAP came out. Everybody was talking bad about them. And I'm like, shit, I got a nasty side too. Like,
and everybody likes it. All the niggas like it until you talk about it. And then all of a sudden you're unworthy. You have to advocate for your pleasure. You have to advocate for your pleasure and for your fucking self. And the only way you could do that is by being super completely honest. And you know what I've learned? Because I'm a whole lot of woman. If they can't handle it, you ain't for me. It's fine. You're just not my nigga. If this is too, like, I can't, I've had friends tell me, relax, don't be so honest so early. Calm down. Why? So in 3 months, they'd be like, this dude is crazy.
If it's the truth, it's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's the truth, why not get it out the way now? And then also, the fact is, a lot of people that are intimidated by nasty ass women are the men that can't get you. So now you nasty. Because when you was in my DM asking for it, it wasn't nasty. When I said no, then I was a nasty bitch. You know what? I'm gonna take my nasty bitch ass on over there and suck somebody else's dick if that's how you
Goodbye.
Like, you cannot throw. Look, I give myself more nuts than you will ever be able to give me. So you can't talk to me like that. Like,
Right.
you can't even talk to me if you ain't made me come. You fucked. Did you? It don't count if I didn't come.
Right.
I fucked you. I fucked you.
So you believe that doesn't count if you didn't come?
Absolutely. I'm like 5 in.
How many have? 4.
Girl, I haven't even counted. But I will say this though: when having sex, I can always catch my nut. But
Me too.
But I'm very clear who gave me the nut. It was me because I knew what to do.
Right, because you knew this wasn't going to work. This wasn't going to happen this
I think
way.
that's where I've gotten it fucked up is that I'm not clear. And that'll make me stick around for longer because I'm like, no, like, he made me come, right? Like, eventually it was him, right? Yeah.
Eventually he did it.
And I always ask, how do you know if you never had an orgasm? If you had to ask, you've never had one. And if I said, have you ever shit yourself? You would know the answer. No. You just know. You know. That's how when you come. You know.
Samia. I'm dead. You know.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we have some people that wrote in and had some questions for you. So, all right. Someone wants to know if you have any dick sucking tricks.
Yes, I do.
In fact, let me go in my bag of tricks and pull them out.
In fact, I do. So I teach a class called Dick Writing 101. And one of the main questions I always get are, what are your dick writing tips? Or what are your dick sucking tips? And I just want to clarify this. It's going to make me sound like a bitch, but I'm okay with that. I've already accepted it. I teach a 1-hour class on the topic because that's how long I need. If I gave you some tips, you would be sucking dick the same way you're doing now. It's half-ass or piss poor. You need to take the entire class because I'm going to go so in depth about why what feels good so that way you can always adjust depending on whatever type of dick you're sucking, whether it's curved or straight or short or long or whatever. If I don't teach you about why what feels good, you will only know how to suck one dick, and that's the dildo that I give you in class, and that's not thorough.
That's not thorough.
You want to be thorough with your
I'm
dick
a
sucking.
thorough ass bitch, and I will never try to put 1 hour of content into a 5-minute class. And I'm not going to do it. So my tip,
I have a question about dick sucking. It's not a tip, but just curious. Now that because I'm thinking about thoroughness. So is licking ass a part of the dick sucking class, or is that not? Or is it specific to the dick, like only dick sucking?
You need to
talk
add the
about
extra
more than
bonus.
dick sucking, but I leave ass eating
that's-
as an option. I let them know, hey, if you fucks with it, yeah. So I done put an ass eating class on my Patreon. Like that was a 15-minute class. You know what I'm saying? I can do that.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, that's a short class. I don't mind giving that. I can get that. That's short. I can get that.
What's the Patreon? Drop the Patreon. Because I
Girl, the
need to know.
Patreon- What the fuck is it? Ooh, it's sexual essential. My Patreon has all kind of shit on there, but it's on my Instagram page, sexual essential.
We'll tag your Patreon in our details of this episode. So people
Okay,
can
yeah.
find
It's on
you.
my Instagram. It's in the link in the bio. All that stuff is there.
Oh.
But because I know how much kickback I get about it, I discuss it. But what I actually do in the class is teach you how to pleasure the area if you're not okay with eating ass, which I found is more popular because it's more people that I've met that are not willing to go down that hairy ass road. And so I'm like, okay, let me still give them this wow. So I actually do teach you how to pleasure the prostate without actually having to put your tongue in this man's man booty.
We need to have you on our After Dark on Patreon.
Oh, yeah, we do need you
Girl,
on the
yeah.
We need to
After
have you on our
Down
After
there,
Dark
son.
on Patreon. Close friend. We have a segment on Patreon called Close Friends After Dark, where we have, our very interesting, introspective, freaky guests on.
Ooh, we should deep throat on there.
Ooh.
That.
I'm down.
I would teach you. Oh, that sounds fun.
All right, well, look out for that.
I'm just like, yo, y'all got to come to the class because I'm gonna teach you why you should be doing what I'm teaching. I'm not just gonna tell you to do it. I want to tell
Right,
you
right.
why. You know.
I'm excited. No, I'm excited for your class on the 4th. Okay, we have this question, which I think actually is a really good question because this is something we were talking about before we started recording. And wait, is she okay? She's still here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, her video went out. Your video went out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she's
Yeah, it's
good?
fine. Okay, it's
Okay,
just
okay,
us.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
How do you know, or is it possible to be overstimulated for masturbation?
Okay. So a toy will not desensitize you. I think that's the word that has been thrown around, right? Like, will masturbating with a toy desensitize you? It will not desensitize you, but you can develop a preference. Okay. You ever seen a kid, like, when you give them everything, like all types of foods, originally they're fine with it, but if you start only giving them one thing, that's all they're going to want. So, you know how we were talking about when you learn how to make yourself come, you just want to come in that way and that way only. And so mentally, that's where your mind is going to go. So was your pussy desensitized? No. But you are developing a preference mentally on how you want, on what you want your sexuality to be like. So if you use a toy that is jackhammer strong, you can't go up from there. And so this is about learning how to properly masturbate. I'm not even telling you can't use your jackhammer dildo. I'm not telling you that. I'm just
Thank
saying.
God.
But I'm going to teach
Thank
you
God.
I'm going to teach you how to do other things. You cannot start. Okay. Do y'all drink wine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't start off with an 80 bottle of wine if you've never had wine before. You start with the $20, $30 so you can appreciate the $80, right? And you have to know how to pair things up. If it's going to be you and someone else that night, why would you use a toy that absolutely can nowhere near do anything that he can do? That's just not good matchup. If I have $80 wine, I don't want grilled cheese tonight. Well, sometimes I might, so that's not a good check. But you get what I'm saying. I don't want McDonald's with my $80 wine. It doesn't match. If it's a Chick-fil-A night, let it be a Chick-fil-A night. But if we talking about steak and all that, you cannot mix and match. So you need to pair your toys up properly so that way you get the reaction that you want. If you don't pair them up properly, your body is going to want something specific. It's not desensitized. You just don't want to overstimulate it one time and then try to go backwards.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. I do use pretty strong toys. I'm the jackhammer girl.
I'm going to teach you how to have such a strong nut. Oh, I'm going to work wonders.
So maybe I need to scale back. I need to go back to level 1 because I'd be just going straight to level 10. I'd be like, let's just get here.
No, we don't want to just get it over with. Girl, I'll be
No.
That's half the reason I don't masturbate.
No.
So
I don't
take my
master.
time.
Trust me. I do take my time, but like it's a teasing thing. It's like, okay. Maybe I don't go straight to 10, but I get there quickly.
Okay.
Jackhammer theory.
No, I'm definitely.
Is that the name of this episode? Jackhammer pussy.
I'm gonna show you how to do that in the class. But one thing that everybody can do before that is take a pussy pause. Give your pussy a second to breathe. If you feel like you've been using toys that are just hella strong, how do you know it's hella strong? If your booty cheek's still vibrating when you turn it off, it was strong, bitch. It was strong. The vibration still go. You still feel
what? My only concern is that I feel like I was able to reach like coming and squirting with my fingers before, and now I can't. And that's where my concern comes from, like with using toys, is that like I recently tried. I didn't have it. I was traveling. I didn't have a toy. I didn't have shit, but I wanted to come, and so I didn't have my toy, and so I was using my hands, and I was like, this is not the fucking same. How the fuck? What the fuck? I need a dick or I need the toy. Like and then I was like, oh no, we got to go back to basics, baby. We got to go back to basics.
It's like washing dishes by hand and using a dishwasher. Both will get it done, but it depends on how much time you have and patience. Because otherwise,
maybe I wasn't being patient.
Mentally, you're not, and it's scary. Honestly, our sexuality and us catching an orgasm is so scarce and rare in this world. After you figure out how to do it, you are so scared and you treat it so gentle because you're like, yo, I know that orgasms are hard to come by. Most women don't get it. I need to make sure I can always do this, right? But it's just anxiety because we have not learned how to properly always make the pussy come. After you know about your pussy and what to do with it and all that stuff, you won't be as nervous, because if you know you have 5 minutes, you'll know, okay, I need to use my toy because I don't have time. Versus if you have 5 minutes and you try to use your fingers, you're going to be in your head the whole time, because that it just may not have been enough time. We are not, like, you have to know when to do what, how to mix it together. But honestly, we have a lot of trauma around orgasms as women because we've never been able to have them, or it's always been our fault. Oh, well, that worked on everybody else. I don't know what's wrong with you. Or we had so many failed attempts by ourselves trying to make ourselves come that anytime it doesn't go the way we are used to it happening, we get scared. I mean, think about it. Most people masturbate the exact same way all the time. They lay on their back, starfishing it, put their hand down there, exact same way every time. Every single time. Why? Because we are scared that if we do something different, what if we don't catch our nut? And it's so frustrating. We didn't have
We live in fear of the nut.
We live in fear of the nut.
Fear of the nut. Oh man, that's the episode title.
Fear of the nut.
May, write that down.
May, write that down. I don't know if you're putting anything else down. Write that down.
Very important.
Fear of the nut.
You have a question in the chat.
Oh, we do? Oh, are certain dicks more compatible to certain vaginas?
I think that dicks that can take criticism
Are the most compatible.
are most compatible.
Amen. Absolutely.
You know, it's true, because I've had sex with all different size dicks, and you could have told me that was the best sex of my life then. Like, it wasn't that big, he knew what to do with it. Then I have another man who has a curved penis, and that hits me in a way that I'm like, damn, like, you can't, like, I don't know how you can't make
Try
it.
to bit my lip over here. You said curved, and I was like, salivating.
And then I've had sex with, a guy who doesn't have that, and I've had the most incredible sex of, so it's just, I don't know, I think compatibility comes with factors.
It definitely has factors. I also feel like people are always wondering how to make a dick work. And I would say never push your body, because some people can take the biggest dick in the world and it could be enjoyable. And somebody else would be like, it really hurts. And they're trying to figure out, how do I make it more comfortable? You can always gauge yourself, just like your earrings, like gauge, your hole and start and work up. But if it is uncomfortable, there are no magic pills for something that doesn't work for you.
Right.
That part. So that's the other side to the compatibility part. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Right.
But dicks that take criticism.
Well,
I've learned so much
I've
today.
learned so much.
I can't wait for the 4th. I'm like, mark my fucking calendar
I'm
right
going
now.
to text you. Make sure that you guys remember to log in and make sure y'all don't have nothing scheduled that night.
Oh no, we go get your babysitters.
For sure, because I'm getting this done.
Get the babysitters, and then when you log off, go practice, okay? It's a breakout room. Me and Jamila are going to take the class here. I'm going to be in my bedroom. She'll be in the living room. We'll be like, be right back.
Okay, they'll be back in 25 minutes.
I feel like y'all should come to the dick riding class. I'm going to wear y'all ass out. I'm like, we're on different sides of the country, but I could still put in work anywhere where I am.
Oh.
You know what? Because I do get tired on top. Sometimes I'm like, I do a couple of my tricks, 1 foot.
You know what? In my last relationship,
like, turn over.
In my last relationship, I did so much top that more than ever that I've ever done. And like, I think it really matters who it's with, because it was like I could go forever. I don't know why.
You got tired?
I just figured out different positions where I could rest but still be on top.
Okay.
Where my legs were relaxed and I could still ride, and like
You're probably
I would go
super
back.
comfortable too.
Yeah, it was.
That's the cheat code. If you can be comfortable, you can do it all day.
Yeah, you're right. You had to lean forward. The sitting up,
Even like laying across the body and just doing a little,
the sides,
and just literally you're laying there.
I
You're
love
like,
a lay. Yeah. You get it.
You know what? This is sex position 101. I need to bring out.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna show some of my on top
your on top resting positions.
on top rest riding.
Rest riding. We're doing a series on Patreon. You need to join ASAP because we're doing a sex position series called Rest Riding. Erica will show you how to ride while resting.
It'll be. You know what? Samaya can do her class. Actually, we need to team up. Okay, we're gonna do a workshop. Samaya, I'm gonna do.
We're gonna do sex position.
She's gonna do dick riding. I'm gonna do rest riding.
You're going to teach people how to finesse, riding a dick?
Finesse. You're gonna teach them how to really finesse though.
So I think I need something. I think that you guys should do a sex positions Patreon and use you guys, like get an open space, pull the camera back, and show a whole bunch of different sex
Oh,
positions.
that's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Sex positions.
Shut
We have,
up.
that's one of
We
our
have, we have a
segments.
segment called Sex Positions 101, and
y'all
we
go
reenact
through-
sex positions. And actually, Orlando was our first threesome.
Yeah, he was our first third person in our sex position segment.
I'm
What do
sorry.
you say?
Okay. A threesome is in y'all was fucking. Was it good?
No. We're fully clothed.
So we're fully clothed. It's instructional. It's literally to teach people
the
how to
position.
do the position.
One time we wore lingerie. We need to bring that back.
Yeah.
We probably need to get sexier. We usually just wear a regular
We're
clothes.
like wearing sweatpants.
We're like sweatpants, but we're gonna try harder.
That just kind of made my nipples hard. That's nice.
Yeah, we'll send you a little link. We'll send you a little link.
All right, we'll show you the threesomes.
I saw Orlando's. I'm in Orlando's close friends, and I was like, what? Yes, yes. Those were my reactions. I was like, what? But hell yeah, yes for
It was
you.
lit. It was lit. I'm telling you
Our
guys.
close friends be
our
lit.
close
You
friends
guys-
is wild.
Yeah.
If that was his close friends, I was like, yo, I wish I saw the other side of this.
You guys, if you guys haven't joined our close friends, you got to join the $5 tier? Our $5 tier on Patreon gets you access to our close friends, and you will not be
that's super
disappointed.
good.
Y'all who have not joined Patreon are sleeping.
Yeah, we do a lot of shit. We're over there prank calling. We're doing our close friends is lit. There was it was like everything but nudity. It's like I don't know how we milk it so hard. It was just like there might have been nudity, honestly. It was just
And Instagram censors you so much. So people are not even getting the same content they were getting from creators because Instagram is like, no to this, no to that.
And especially now, I'm so off fucking Instagram. I'm so off of fucking Instagram. Look, I'm telling you right now, mark my words, people, listeners, listen up. One day when I can get off Instagram, I'm getting the fuck off, and you're gonna have to pay for all the content because I'm done trying to censor myself. Instagram wants to censor all my shit, and I'm an uncensored ass bitch, and I can't live my life like this.
do we do OnlyFans? What the fuck?
Oh, Patreon is basically our OnlyFans.
I feel like I love OnlyFans, but I feel like because I know I'm not gonna pop no pussy unclothed, I don't really want to get it on. If I get OnlyFans, I'm showing pussy. So if y'all see it, just know that it's gonna be pussy power all up through there. But until I'm able to do that, I feel like I could just do like you said, do everything except for that.
Well, how about this? We have the best thing, the next best thing. Well, I think this is the perfect way to get into a little segment on our show that we call whories.
Horror stories.
Is your nipple hard, girl?
That was us, by the way.
That was our moanings.
We recorded that personally.
We probably need to read it. We probably need to do a crisper version of it.
yeah,
It's a
we
little
do.
ghetto. It's a little.
It's a little good. It's
If you
vintage.
guys need me to listen to them to test, to make sure they're, giving the people what they want, you guys have my number, so just send that.
Yeah, we can do it now. Horror stories.
I'd like to say I love my job.
They're so dramatic.
I love my life. Okay, so I was told about whories. Can I share two?
Yes, of course.
Sure.
Please.
Thank God,
Okay.
someone has more than one.
Okay, so the first one is funny. So y'all know I do love to masturbate. So because it's COVID, I've been taking staycations and stuff. So I went on a staycation at this beautiful hotel, and I was having a fuck fest with myself. So I brought the toy. So this is the toy that I used, and it does this.
Oh.
So it fucks you. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, so this is like called a Monroe thrusting something machine or some shit, and it sticks to like the wall, and it fucks you. I thought I was going to be able to use this in the shower, but it wouldn't stick. So, long story short, I ended up on the floor at the mini fridge, and I stuck it to the mini fridge, and I fucked myself on the floor. On pillows, and it was the quickest, biggest squirt of my life. And then I did it again just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. And It was
Wait,
fucking amazing.
Wait, you put this on the mini fridge?
Yes. So.
Oh wait, I didn't even hear that. I didn't
Yes, she
wait.
put it on the mini fridge.
I was like, how did it stick to the floor? Oh, you were on the floor.
She put on the mini fridge.
I can just see her now on all fours by the fridge.
I had to scoop I had to scoop my ass so close. And I had tried so many positions to get it to work another way, but I'm so short. I had to scoop my ass to the mini fridge, and then I turned it on, and I was so close I couldn't even run from it. Like it was drilling my ass. I was like,
whoa.
I felt so bad. I had to wipe off the mini fridge. So
Oh my God.
I squirted all over the mini fridge.
Wait, what is that toy? First of all, what is that called? I might need to get that.
It's called the Monroe thrusting thrusting machine or whatever.
What do you stick it to at home?
Actually, I upgraded. So because I love this, like I was so like I feel like I didn't even need a man no more. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, no.
And that says a lot because you can't replace no fine ass man. You know.
No.
Girl, I upgraded and now I have the big machine. So over there, hold on. You see it?
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like a fuck machine. Like that's the shit that was at Doc Johnson.
It's a fuck machine.
Yes. So I loved that one that much that I invested in one of the fucking porn fuck machines.
How much are those things?
Girl. That was my kind of funny story about myself, right?
It was great.
But then I have a story about like my first orgy. So I went to Hito. I went to Mocha Fest actually. Mocha Fest is at Hito, Jamaica. It's a clothing optional resort, and the first time was really dope. So the person that I was with was my partner at the time, and a woman asked me, she was like, "Are you guys here to play, or what's up?" And I was the one who was into it, and he was trying it out for the first time. So I knew I had to hook him up with someone first for me to be able to frolic and, have a good time. Yes. So she walked up to him and was caressing him. And was like, you're gorgeous. This is this. And she's like, you want to come up to the room and fuck me? And I was like, shit, go ahead. Go.
Shit, go ahead.
So all of us, the people that we were with, were like, okay, well, we're gonna go. Like, I didn't know everybody in the group, but all of us decided to go together. I knew some people, they invited some people, so it ended up being a group of us. And we were like, we're gonna watch them have sex. So we went upstairs to watch them, and we're all just kind of turned on. Next thing you know, another couple jumps in, another person jumps in. Then there's a guy, and he has a fetish of like watching. He's a voyeur. And he actually makes videos and edits them and gives them to the people who participate in whatever, and then he deletes it for himself.
Oh, wow.
Like he deletes it, but he gives you your content. He records you and edits it like in the same 30 minutes or so, after everything is done.
Wow.
And gives you a copy of your work so you can see yourself fucking.
Efficiency.
Right.
It was, but it was sexy as shit. So all I know is that because I'm definitely a voyeur as well, but next thing I know, I saw my guy like drilling this girl down, and I'm like really filling her up. Like she was a very petite woman, and then I was watching another couple have sex. The next thing you know, like I felt like she was like on the brink of orgasm, so I started sucking her toes. I was just like,
wow,
am I?
Amazing.
Am I? So I'm sucking this woman's toes, and I'm just like, yo, we gotta like really get her off. So she's sucking his dick. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to eat her pussy from the back. Like this lady's pussy is like drizzling on my forehead. Like, and then by the time everybody was tired out, I had not got a chance to fuck the guy that I had went there with. So when everybody was kind of winding down, like I saw his dick was still hard, and so I sat on it and did the dick riding class, and it was good.
This is amazing. That is a wonderful, beautiful story. So what was his takeaway after his first experience in this type of environment, since you said that was his first time?
He didn't stay with it, but he did enjoy it. He definitely had a great time.
He'll never forget you. You gotta open niggas up like
Yeah, it's gonna be hard
to top that.
It was really amazing, and I cannot wait to go back to Hito.
So wait, when is it? Let me write this down.
What did he? Oh, I'll actually be teaching there this summer if we can get the world to cooperate.
Oh, I would love to come.
That would be amazing.
Honestly, when you said that part about he was filling her up and she was a very petite woman, you know, I just wanted on the record to say, you know what they say about petite women.
Okay. What did they can take dick? Is that what it is? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Look here, small women love really big dicks. I feel they do. They're like
They do.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
Okay, you little too.
I'm really tall.
Same. I keep tell these bitches.
Look, I'm tall as shit. But yeah, it was good. It was just really good to watch, and it was just like, even watching, like I felt like an orgasm building up. Like, you know how like you feel that, you know how like you feel horny and you like, you know, if you touch your clit you're gonna come. Like, that's how I was feeling watching them. It was good, and by the end of it, it turned me on. I was like, okay, you fucked her really great. You definitely deserve some pussy. Let me like, you know, I was proud. Right? I was proud.
That's amazing. That's
he
beautiful.
with me. He with me.
That's my nigga. Like, yeah.
There's something about honesty and transparency and like the exploration and the freedom and the non-ownership that's like really gets a pussy wet, I think.
Well, that, and also you seem like, yeah, like I got a good one. Yeah, like,
and of course it didn't last, but moments are for moments.
Yeah, no.
It was good for the moment, and he probably needed it more than you did. He needed that.
Moment. Enjoy the moment. So those are my whories.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. This was so fun.
This was great. I'm so happy we did this.
I feel like I have a lot to learn from you. I'm excited for your classes.
You guys are definitely coming to class, and we're going to link up and give all of our subscribers on Patreon something special. You guys
Yes.
Erica's exclusive resting while
riding.
Y'all going to get the DM next week. Like, I thought y'all said y'all was going to be teaching us how to deep throw.
Oh, you already know. We're not going to forget. You said it on record, so.
So tell our listeners where they can find you.
All right, so you can find me on Instagram at Sexual Essentials, or you can find me on my website, www.sexualessentials1.com. But if you go on Instagram, it'll kind of give you a overview of everything that I do. If you watch the highlights, watch my stories. I post my stories the most, but I have a link in my bio that has all my links there where you can find my Patreon, register for the next set of classes. Classes are definitely coming. This is on the February 4th and 5th, right before Valentine's Day. And you can order a dildo from my store online, so that way you have something to practice on, so we can be thorough as fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna change your life. So come to class, you know, all that.
Yes, make sure you check her out. And speaking of Valentine's Day, we have our live show on February 13th, you guys. It's ladies' night. I'm so excited to finally meet all of you guys. I guess virtually, unfortunately, because fuck COVID. But this show is about to be lit. It's not your regular Zoom call, and I know we keep saying that, but I'm trying to really let y'all know, like, this is a real ass show.
This is a production.
It's a production,
and you don't want to miss it.
We'll be streaming live from a studio in Los Angeles.
We'll get dressed.
Put your fucking clothes on. Put that little hoochie ass dress you bought in 2019 that didn't get no shine in 2020. Put that shit on. Put that heels on. Call your homies. Get the bottle. Book the babysitter, because we're about to turn up.
Yes,
and we need you there too. We need you there too, Samari.
Okay, I'm in there. Say less. What I need to do? I need to join the Patreon. I need to go to your. Tell us where to get tickets. Tell us.
Yeah, you guys can get tickets on our Instagram. It's on Eventbrite, but just click the link in our bio on Instagram, and you can buy tickets. Make sure you. I think there's a few VIP bags left. If you guys want a VIP bag, we have some cool brands that we're going to ship out to you. But yeah, we'll see you on February 13th.
Solo puedo recordar la luz de la calle, de las estrellas, como bailamos en la gran ciudad.